Guys, it's your boy Black Rue back with another video. Before we get started here, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black Rue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
What is up, y'all? What is going on? Today, we're going to be talking about XRP purchased by central banks. Is that possible? What's up, Landon DePaul? I know what you're saying. Like, Black Rue, that sounds preposterous. Sounds like a pipe dream. Really, Ruel, really? But yeah, we're gonna get into it for you. We're gonna show you. We show you receipts here. That's what we do, and we're gonna get into it. And we're gonna show you receipts today. So let's share the screen here. What's up, Crypto in Focus? As a matter of fact, I need to put this on my live stream here. What's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? What's up, crew? What's up, crew? So shout out to the patrons. We just won on another one. If you want to join the Patreon, less than a cup of coffee for a weekly watch list. Just had another one go up like 40-something percent. That's how we do around here. But if you can't support via the Patreon, we do have the Telegram, the Black Rue Investing Telegram. Link in the description. Very wonderful people in Telegram. Nerd Up Inc. Marv's in the Telegram. Crypto in Focus is in the Telegram. Totally free. Why take on the crypto world yourself when you can share with people in Telegram? So let's go into some stuff here. Excuse me. Okay, so some things were spooling and they finally stopped spooling. I restarted my computer and everything. That's why it took a little bit later to come on here. So let's get into it. First, what I want to play for you guys is this. Shout out to the Coin Bureau. I'm gonna say like fair value act or whatever. But we're also promoting him here, so hopefully he doesn't try copyright me or anything.
Standard and highlight 6 key components. Group.
Okay, we just want to look at a certain part of this video. Definitely
one, cryptocurrencies.
I'm pressing pause. Okay, so definitely come through and watch the whole video. But we're going to play a portion of his video. It says central banks buying Bitcoin, clear sign yet. And we're just going to play a little bitty portion of his video. I like the Coin Bureau. He doesn't really try to shield you. He just gives you information. That's what we like around here. And true Black Rue fashion, 1.5 times speed. And here we go.
Earlier this month, the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, released standards that will allow central banks around the world to start holding cryptocurrency on their balance sheets from 2025.
God, okay.
This is unprecedented because earlier this month, the Bank
because I'm trying to do something and my mousing isn't the greatest. Still got that stroke hand going, by the way. Also, by the way, it's been a year since my stroke. So, thank God, still recovering in some aspects, but, I can talk straight and all of that. So thank God for that. But I want to pause at certain points here. Bank of International Settlements. We're going to look at that coming up. So keep that in mind too. I think I can just press pause by pressing the space bar. So we're going to try this one more time.
International Settlements, or BIS.
So central banks to set standards on bank crypto exposure. The BIS, more about them later,
released standards that will allow central banks around the world to start holding cryptocurrency on their balance sheets from 2025. This is unprecedented.
Now he says from 2025. I think he means in 2025. So that might be a good marker to know when Ripple's really going to explode, right? If this goes into effect in 2025 and they can actually purchase cryptocurrency, man, Ripple might be going up there. Litecoin, Bitcoin, definitely at least those three. So let's continue listening.
Because the BIS and central banks have long been vocally opposed.
Okay, another thing to say right here, crypto not scalable enough to be money. This is such a farce. This was said in 2018. We know that at least Bitcoin has Satoshis. It's definitely scalable. XRP, there's a lot of XRP, and if XRP is worth more than $1, that's definitely scalable as well. So it's definitely scalable. This is not true. So this is definitely a hijack. Bitcoin is scalable enough. It's a question on whether it's fast enough and the network is ready enough, right? There's a question for that with Bitcoin, but not with Litecoin, not with XRP.
To cryptocurrencies. This sudden 180 suggests that something big is coming, and I think I know what it is.
Okay, maybe I need to go just a bit slower here. Okay, 1.25 is where we're going to go with that. And going to continue there.
So today, I'm going to summarize the BIS's crypto custody standards for central banks, explain what they say in simple terms, and tell you why these standards will set the stage for exponential crypto price action. To quickly recap, the BIS is the so-called bank for central banks, and it works closely with almost every central bank in existence.
Remember that we're going to come back to the BIS and we're going to build on that, okay?
If you've been keeping up with our BIS updates, you'll know that most of its recent work has involved coordinating the development of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. If you've watched any of our videos about CBDCs, you'll know that they are
remember also the coordination of CBDCs, okay?
Seriously dystopian, as they would allow governments to have total control over what you can buy, when you can buy it, and even how much you can save. By contrast, cryptocurrency lets you have total control over your assets. Newsflash, having total control over your assets is what it actually means to be financially free. Now, the BIS's obsession with centralization via CBDCs has its roots in the reality that the global financial system is extremely fragile. This fragility is due to a combination of factors, including unpayable debts, technological deflation, which makes these debts more expensive, and inflation, which causes distrust.
All of which is true.
This is why the BIS releasing standards for central banks to hold.
So they backtrack on stablecoins, okay? International Banking Regulatory Body backtracks on stablecoins.
Hold cryptocurrencies on their balance sheets is so mind-boggling. Cryptocurrencies are literally the opposite of the financial centralization the central banks want.
Exactly, which is why when people say to me like Bitcoin might be like CIA started, I highly doubt that, because Bitcoin flies right in the face of the current financial system. So why would they ever make a system that would just completely destroy their own? They wouldn't. So, moving on.
As you'll soon see, however, there's much more to this story than meets the eye. Now, the document detailing the BIS's crypto custody standards for central banks is titled, quote, Prudential Treatment of Crypto Asset Exposures. I'll leave a link to the full document in the description if you're interested, but I will warn you it is a fairly technical read.
Okay, we only got about 30 seconds of this left.
As always, the devil is in the detail. So, the BIS document begins with a brief introduction, wherein the authors reveal that institutions asked for consultation about central banks holding cryptocurrencies in June 2022. Following conversations with stakeholders, the BIS finalized its crypto custody standards for central banks effective from 2025. Now, I say stakeholders with finger quotes because in theory, this term is meant to apply to anyone who has an interest in central banks holding crypto, which is, well, everyone. In practice, however, stakeholders is almost always a reference to powerful individuals and institutions. Never forget that.
So I don't know if you guys noticed that, and I really hope that the audio was playing. So if it wasn't playing, we'll go back and play it, but let me go check over here. Was the audio playing, guys? I really hope it was. So he very shrewdly shows the World Economic Forum. He shows Klaus Schwab, but he only shows them. He doesn't mention them by name. These stakeholders, right? We've mentioned them a whole bunch of times, right? Thank you, Michael. Good to know. What's up, Bitcoin Shango? My guy Virgo Alunico in the house. What's up, Parabolic P? Patron in the house. What's going on, y'all? So cool. Good. So this sets the stage, okay? Now, BIS, this is the Bank of International Settlements. They basically settle things for the central banks, okay? We'll look them up one more time. BIS. We'll just do bis.org and go straight to it. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to the Bank of International Settlements. They basically settle things for international banks. Okay. So I believe if we go to R3 Cordia, I think this is also, they might also have R3 Cordia. It may also have Biz in their group of connections here. So remember, R3 Cordia is another one that's going to settle sanctions. Okay, they have a bunch of other banks. All these other banks probably use Biz, right? But one thing to note, I have one thing pulled up here. Some acting members of Biz. Central Bank of Brazil, right? Where have we heard that before? Oh, with Ripple, right? And how they're doing on-demand liquidity service for remittance payments in Brazil, right? Who set that up? Well, I'll tell you who set that up. The Central Bank of Brazil, right? So imagine now, if central banks can buy Ripple, right? Okay, Black Roo, if they can buy it, why would they want to buy it? Because they're already in talks. Ripple's already in talks with a whole bunch of different central banks to be able to clear their money with this on-demand liquidity system, okay? And we've talked about the on-demand liquidity system a little bit before, right? If we come over here and take a listen or take a look, they describe it a little bit here. Okay, maybe not in this one, but they describe it as basically instantaneous settlement of money, right? Which they cannot do. Check out my episode yesterday where we talked about a couple recent acquisitions that Ripple made. The current system we use is called Swift. They cannot, it takes them days to actually settle or clear money. But if you're using the on-demand liquidity system from Ripple, it takes seconds, okay? Seconds to clear. So we got that clear. And we can see here, Ripple is already in talks with over 20 central banks. So we just saw Bank of Brazil, right, which we connected to the Bank of International Settlements, which you just heard Coin Bureau say, hey, in 2025, they can purchase crypto, okay? If we go down here, we see an interview with Brooks Entwistle. That's how I'm going to say that, Entwistle, customer success and managing director of APAC and MENA. We've been over MENA before at Ripple. Talked about the company's efforts and goals in central bank digital currency space. Okay, he talked about it. And what he said was, so we're in dialogue with not 10, but 20 and a bunch more central banks around the world on these discussions. Some of which we know of two, Bhutan and Palau, I'll say. And remember, Bhutan was that country that was mysteriously mining Bitcoin and nobody knew about it. Until they signed a deal with the Bitcoin miner. So it's all kind of coming in place. Bhutan has been mining Bitcoin with hydropower since Bitcoin was $5,000. So it's not just the CBDC ones that are coming into play here. Bitcoin is also coming into play here. It's all coming into play. So Bhutan, if they were just going the whole CBDC route, why are they mining Bitcoin and been mining it since it was $5,000? They see the writing on the wall. They know they're talking to the right people, right? So Ripple's already in league with those guys. And just to top it off, Central Bank of Montenegro signs an agreement with Ripple to develop a digital currency strategy and pilot. Okay. So already they're signing all these deals. They're talking to all these central bank digital currency, all these central banks of all these different countries. So they're already talking to those, and the laws are already being put into place where these central banks can hold cryptocurrency. So what are the first ones they're going to buy? Probably Bitcoin or mine it like Bhutan's doing, and probably Ripple because they're already going to be using it to clear their own central bank digital currencies. Okay. One other article which brings this all together, which I thought I had up here. Let me see. Yeah, this was working crap earlier. Let me go ahead and go into my U-Track and find it. Okay, while my U-Track's loading, let me see who else we got in the house over here. What's up, Manosphere Hall of Fame? Okay. That should be loaded now. Let me go here. Okay. This is the one. This is the one that like ties all of that together. Ripple starts a platform for central banks to issue their CBDCs. Okay. So listen to this. Using Ripple's platform, government institutions can manage, customize the entire life cycle of the CBDC, which includes minting, distribution, redemption, and token burning. So essentially, they can use Ripple like XRP as a settlement coin in the background, and they can issue a company's own or a country's own CBDC with kind of Ripple backing that. right? Or excuse me, XRP backing that. So it's interesting that who they're using a use case of this with. Ripple will show the use case of its platform under the EHKD pilot, a program run by Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the de facto central bank. Who's signing a law coming up very soon to have cryptocurrency be eligible in this country? Hong Kong. Bam, bro. Bam, bro. Like all the pieces are there. Working with Bhutan's mining Bitcoin. They have this whole thing set up where they can started a platform where central banks can issue CBDCs. Central bank getting the laws in place where they can buy crypto coming up 2025. Interestingly, that's right after Bitcoin halves, right after Litecoin halves, right after another presidential candidate gets in for America, right? Right time for things to be ripe and bullish for the crypto market. I don't know. Does that sound off base? And we covered it yesterday where we see crypto just, Ripple just had some purchases of a crypto custody company, Medico, and where they also bought a stake in a top 10 cryptocurrency exchange, Bitstamp. Seems to me like Ripple's gonna be doing some things. I don't know. What do you guys think about that in the crowd here? And looking at the title of the show, wouldn't XRP be getting good and deep in the sheets? Would banks be exactly what they wanted? Yes. Yes, it's exactly what they wanted. But see, a lot of people, when you say like, okay, why would central banks buy crypto? Like, that seems almost preposterous. Like, why would they do that? That video that Coin Bureau just or that we referenced from Coin Bureau really kind of ties into the fact that they're going to buy it because it's going to be something that's valuable. It's going to be something like a gold, something like gold and silver, which they can they can back money off of, right? So think that our money's backed by nothing right now. You used to have like at least 10% of you need like 10% collateral in something, right? Or before that, you needed silver and gold, right? But imagine now, cryptos are going to be like they're already worth something, right? But in 2025, they're going to be worth even more. And now the central banks can go buy it with their endless supply of fake money, right? So like they have all the money. They can print money. They can make money. So they're going to go out and buy crypto, which will be like which will have a value, right? Bitcoin will have a value. Litecoin will have a value. XRP will have a value. So they'll go out and buy things like this, which will have a value. And that's what they'll be backing their money by, or at least a portion of it, right? Looks like Liberal is following the money offshore, but they've been at table talks with foreign agencies at least the last 2 years. I've been in space. Yeah, they've been in like, there's something I found from like 2017 where they were talking to Japanese banks. Japanese banks. Ripple. So they've been heavy. They've been heavy with this, but not until they bent the knee Remember last year they became members of the World Economic Forum, right? They had to bend the knee first. They had to, they had to smooth everything over with the World Economic Forum. And now look at how doors are opening up, right? Ripple-based money tap adopted by these 3 Japanese banks. So yeah, there it goes. 47 Japanese banks move toward commercial phase using Ripple. So, and that's G7 right there. You know what I mean? Japan's G7 country, right? So we've shown G7 dealings with Ripple. We've shown MENA dealings with Ripple from this article we're looking at here. The MENA, whatever his name is, Brooks Erstwhile, Vice President, VP of Customer Success, and Managing Director of the APAC and MENA region. So they're really getting highly connected with all of these different banks. And yeah, it seems like 2025, there may be a high possibility that central banks might go out and buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, like Litecoin, like XRP. And we're connecting tea leaves right here, right? What's up, Mainly Music? What's up, Roy Moore? What's up, Michael Gopit? Good evening. What's up? What's good, fam? They're seeming awfully cozy with these BRICS affiliates, ain't they? They really are. So's XRP, by the way. We've gone on here before and we've shown you guys Veo, and this is a payment solution that's run on XRP, not XRP, excuse me, XLM. Velo Labs, Light Group, Net Group, and Visa to develop payment solutions in Asia. And this was from 2020. So the writing had been on a wall that BRICS nations were going to run this joint, right? Writing been on a wall 2 years ago. They're up here already making inroads to do this, right? And we've been over Stellar and how they're members of the CFTC, right? The U.S. Commodities and Trading Organization, right? So it's looking like the writing is on the wall with these cryptos, with these specifically, these like ISO 20022 cryptos, and the ones that have been called commodities by the CFTC, which were, I think I know they called Bitcoin and Litecoin commodities. I'm not sure if they called ETH one. They may have. I have to double check that one. But we know how this is going down. JP Morgan Chase, they jumped out of R3 Cordia to go basically be the money man behind Ethereum and Consensus, right? So it's basically at least the big ones, right? XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, XLM, and Ethereum, right? Thanks, Michael Gopi. Appreciate it, brother. Trying to connect them dots, bro. Seems like the end game, if you ask me, it does, man. My dumb ask is nodding and saying, to what you're talking about, like you can hear me. I can feel you though. I can feel you. The vibe, bro. I got it. I got you. I got you. I can feel the vibe there. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. So this goes right into the fact of what we were talking about yesterday, y'all, which was Ripple already, like, they're starting to announce news now. That's what makes me really think that this court case may be over. Either way, it seems like Ripple's destined for good things, at least in the MENA region, at least in the BRICS region. Really doesn't matter what happens in this court case, because we can connect the dots and see they're going to be used by a whole bunch of central banks, y'all. They just are. So maybe we all know that the World Economic Forum is the ones controlling it. Like, they're the ones behind it. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe they just decide that only Ethereum is going to be used in America, but doesn't really matter, because what, Ripple then has all the rest of everywhere else, and JP Morgan Chase gets to do their thing here with Ethereum. Okay. Right? All right. But either way it goes, like, if they're not a security here in America, or if they are a security in America, I think it just leads to XRP being really worth something either way. Really, either way. So 2025 might be something we want to look towards, to really see these like explode. And that gives us really kind of a good bar to like how much we can really probably accumulate, um, until we want to probably take some profits, right? Maybe towards 2025, maybe that's when we look to take some profits. Let's kind of look here at Bitcoin. Let's bring up the day chart, and let's kind of see if we can pinpoint exactly when Bitcoin was off of its high, right? So the high in the market, this is just like precedent. We can't say that it'll happen like this again, but it's something to look at, right? So in these 4 years, Bitcoin halved here in May of 2020. The bull run basically went all the way to November 21st, or so November of 2021. So we got a whole, like, from the halving all the way to November 21, right? That was the peak of the market. So that's like what? May is the 5th month, so 6. So that's a good 18 months of bullishness, right? Um, so that might be something. Okay, 2025, we got like, 8 months, or what's this, 25? We have like 11 months until we see the actual height of the market, and then maybe that's when we want to start de-risking in November 2025. Maybe that's something to look at, right? Um, so yeah, November 2025, that's something to look at. It's very interesting, because when we look at like precedent here, we can see that a year after the halving is actually when the market reached its all-time high. So we can kind of guesstimate that, again, a year after the halving, we see the all-time high, which would be November 2025. Okay. So let's see where this dropped. So it dropped kind of to its lowest point in that bull market in July. July 2021. So not to say that it'll play out this exact same way, but this is something for us to look at for precedent. Like, remember, one of the things we noted was, okay, the bull run before this, it took about 18 months. Ooh wee. Took about 18 months for everything to kind of truly pop off. The halving was here in May of 2016. And it didn't pop off until kind of May of 2017. So almost like a year, almost 12 months, you could say. So 12 months until we really got some pop offish type stuff to happen. Whereas if we come over here to after Rona, and we got May of 2020, we get November. So yeah, about 6 months. So here it took 12 months. Here it took 6 months. Can we expect 2024 like it pop off like on the halving? Maybe so. So that's just something that you might want to just get your wallets, get your bags prepped for. Maybe you won't have this extra 6 months coming up here in 2020. Maybe it pops off. Maybe it pops off literally May of 2024. So that's something to be on the watch for. But I think we've connected enough to say here that Ripple may be purchased by central banks. What's up, Simon Family Investment Ventures? Love these guys. Love their show. Definitely check it out. I know you guys on the general and the crypto side will, but I know we're also streaming on my channel. So definitely check these guys out. If you go to my channel and you go down to the bottom, you'll see they're one of my featured channels. Definitely check those guys out and subscribe to them on their channel as well. No problem, Michael Gope. Let's see here. Anybody know what happened with the debt ceiling vote? I do not know what happened there. As far as the end game, I used to seriously stress to my friends, family, just buy some BTC. I tried explaining the history of money, what happened in 1971, current inflation rates. Nobody cared. You know what? I know how you feeling there, bro. I know how you feeling there, bro. Like, I got my sisters into crypto that they kind of understood what I was saying. But it took a little bit to get them there, so showing them the Michael Saylors of the world, and we got there. We got there. So I follow what ETH, XRP, and ADA are up to, and I can see what kinds of bugs they'll be. Yeah. WEF kind of wants us to head in that direction, right? We're using too much carbon with these here beef, with these here cows farting and ruining the ozone. Y'all know I'm saying too much. I gotta save it for Rokfin. Gotta save it for Rokfin. But yeah, y'all. Man, I'm gonna say something and get a little something on my channel. I gotta stop. Oh man. Okay, on the it passed. What's up, Bad Hair Club? Bad Club. So it passed as in the debt is extended, right? I don't, and just to cover a little bit of explaining this to others, like a lot of what I showed them is like, okay, look here, Stellar's joining the Commodities and Exchange Commission. So, how is crypto a scam if they're already joining things like this? How is how is crypto a scam if Ripple's joining all of these different central banks? Like, I know they don't talk about it on regular TV or regular stuff, but look at that. How is Bitcoin a scam if this entire country has been mining it for all of these different years? But the news does a good job. They do a good job, man. I mean, look at FTX and how they had like they had a member for like every race in that boy. They had Larry David, they had Shaq, they had Stephen Curry, they had Kevin O'Leary, they had like every like American like kind of touched on that FTX thing. And people don't look more into that. Okay, well, Sam Bankman-Fried was doing all of this with Gary Gensler. Sam Bankman-Fried's parents are connected. Like all they see is, Shaquille O'Neal lost all his money and he's ducking lawyers supposedly, right? Ah, yeah, they do a good job. They do a good job of trying to get people out of it. But check out my crypto and conspiracy channel. We go over how money is sacrifice, money is alchemy. Like all of it is really a scam if you really want to look at it. Like our money was backed by silver and gold. So really our money is just a derivative of silver and gold. Shout out to somebody I was talking to about that today. Um, so yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like all of it. Like the stock market is just as much of, you know, if you want to say it like a sham or just as much of a scam as quote unquote crypto. Like it's all derivatives. You know what I mean? But um, you know, we know how to navigate it. We know how to navigate the crypto market, and I just try to show my relatives like, okay, look at all the traditional people, all the traditional things that you think are correct. Like they're they're investing in crypto companies. They're having crypto companies be a part of their board, so there must be something behind it, right? Oh, here, Mike, let me bring that up. Crypto and Conspiracy podcast. So there's some things that I know that I cannot say on YouTube, right? So I created a channel so that I could. Um, I do stuff on Rokfin as well. Rokfin is kind of where I house the Crypto and Conspiracy podcast, but some things like the video is on there, and you have to have like a subscription for it. But oops, this is not mine. Wrong one. Huh. I thought that was mine. Here it is. I believe this is it. Okay, yeah, this is mine. So we got a couple things posted already. Money is sacrifice. Um, FTX Ukrainian connection. Money magic. Money is alchemy. Okay. You can find these on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean app, Spotify, and Amazon Music. You can also find it on Rokfin, but some things on Rokfin are premium. I'm going to be uploading all that premium content that's on Rokfin to my Patreon subscribers so they can have those videos if you prefer not to do a Rokfin subscription. But Rokfin, you can have a subscription to a whole bunch of different people, not just me, Sam Tripoli, Eddie Bravo, Grimerica people, Crow 777. These are all big names in the quote unquote conspiracy space. But if you come over here and look, not all the things that I have on Rokfin right now are premium. So gets into stuff like the Hermetic principles, Saturn worship, but some of these things you very much need to understand what's going on. Okay, guys, we're live. Let me just add it to the Rokfin.
Hey.
Takes a second. Never works for me, right? So if you guys want to check out my Rokfin, it's I think I have it linked there. I don't know if I do or not. It's you just go to Rokfin and you look at Black Roo on Rokfin, and you can find me there. You don't have to pay anything for the to just sign up and get an account. But yeah, let me just go ahead and give you guys this one so you can have a link to it here. I need to add these to my description. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. What's up, Coupe de Ville? Oh, real talk about carbon emissions. I bought a plane ticket to see my God family, and carbon emissions metric were posted right next to each flight. That was new. Yeah, they're already doing the whole carbon credits thing in China. That's a real thing. It's happening right now. They're doing carbon credits, and they're also doing social credit scores in China too. So hopefully, as Americans, we never let that happen here. But they're trying hard to get it here, along with banning our right to bear arms. I hope that never happens because I think if you look at some of the things that are happening around the world, like if you look at what happened with Rona, the people who had the right to bear arms banned, they had a really tough time. Like they really had a tough time with what went on. But that's like more of a Rokfin conversation. But again, if you check out my Rokfin, which I'm going to go back to one right quick, it'll probably play and you might hear my voice or whatever, but I'm just going to go there long enough to you'll double hear my voice. I'm going to go there long enough to just grab the link for you guys. I'm going to start ramping up more on that channel and start posting more stuff. It'll be very, very, very cool. Watch and listen. I really believe that you have to understand the esoteric world to kind of really understand finances. Like things like the Hermetic principles really go into understanding there's a rhythm to the markets, right? There's a rhythm to life. There's just so much. There's just so much. But yeah, check out my show on Rokfin and check out my show on Apple and Google Podcasts. I get into some of that stuff, and it's interesting stuff. It's interesting stuff. Yes, exactly, bro. It's so hermetic, so esoteric. You have like I really believe you have to understand that in order to understand the crypto, like money at all. In order to understand money at all, you really have to kind of just start there. And then once you understand that, a lot of things become really clear in how higher people in this world scam the lower people in this world. But yeah, we should have a conversation about that one day, y'all, on like Rokfin. Are central banks buying Ripple or XRP? What's up, Allison Thompson? Um, they're at the moment they're buying neither, but laws in 2025 are going to make it so that they can buy cryptocurrencies. And the video, you better come in late. The video is just saying, hey, possibly central banks will buy XRP because they've already have dealings with XRP right now. And we've shown that. Central banks already have dealings with XRP, so it would just make sense for them to buy XRP as a settlement coin. But check the video out from the beginning, and it'll tell you why I believe that. I also believe that Bitcoin and possibly Litecoin would be a part of that as well. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We'll be back on here on Saturday. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything like that, be sure to join the Telegram. I'm in the Telegram, and sometimes I can answer questions in there. But yeah, we'll be back on here on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate each and every one of you, especially you guys who made it to the end. You're definitely legends. Appreciate you all. Crypto Warriors and Black Roo Crew. I'm out. Peace, guys. Have a good